If you think you're poor, listen to this story. You might be the wealthiest person in the world. Once upon a time in a land far away, there lived a man named Thomas. He was a widower, having lost his wife many years ago, and was raising 2 children all on his own. Thomas was a carpenter, and his small cottage was filled with wood shavings and the sweet aroma of sawdust. Despite the cozy atmosphere, Thomas's children, Lily and Max, felt anything but comfortable. They were ashamed of their patched-up clothes and the hand-me-downs they received from other families. "We're the poorest kids at school," sighed Lily one day as she watched other children boasting about their brand-new bikes. "It's not true," said Thomas, his voice gentle but firm. "You are not poor. In fact, you are the richest children in the world." "What?" exclaimed Max. "How can you say that? We don't even have enough money for new shoes." Thomas smiled, his eyes twinkling. "You have something much more valuable than shoes or bikes. You have each other, and you have me. And that, my dears, is the greatest wealth of all." Lily and Max didn't understand what their father meant then, but they would soon learn. Life wasn't easy for Thomas and his children. Money was tight, and luxuries were rare. They had something that money couldn't buy: each other. They had laughter, they had love, and they had hope. And hope can move mountains, as Thomas often told his children. One day, an opportunity presented itself. A traveling circus was visiting their town, and they were holding auditions for talented performers. "I want to audition and join the circus," announced Max one evening. "Me too," said Lily excitedly. This could be their chance to earn money and maybe even get the things they had always wanted. Thomas wasn't so sure. He knew the life of a performer was unpredictable and often tough, but he also saw the sparkle in his children's eyes, the hope that had become their guiding light. "All right," he said, "but I want you both to audition for the trapeze. It's a family tradition." Both children beamed with joy. Neither of them knew their father had once dreamed of becoming a circus performer himself. After weeks of preparation, the day of the auditions arrived. Thomas stood backstage with his children, his heart pounding. When it was Max's turn, he stepped into the spotlight and began flipping and twisting in the air with such grace and agility that the audience gasped in awe. Next was Lily. She sailed through the air, her movements as light and graceful as a feather. The applause after her performance was thunderous. "That was amazing," whispered Max, beaming with pride. Lily blushed, her eyes shining brighter than the spotlight. They had done it. They had a chance to pursue their dreams. But the happiness was short-lived. The ringmaster, a man with a handlebar mustache and a booming voice, approached them. "Your act was impressive," he said, "but we can only hire one of you." Max and Lily looked at each other, their hearts sinking. They couldn't bear the thought of being separated. Before either of them could speak, Thomas stepped forward. "Let me offer a suggestion," he said. "Why not combine your acts? You could perform as a duo and become the most remarkable trapeze artist the world has ever seen." The ringmaster stroked his mustache thoughtfully. That is an excellent idea. You would indeed be a formidable team." And so, under their father's guidance, Lily and Max began practicing together. Their combined act was breathtaking. The Flying Thomases, as they were billed, became the stars of the show. People flocked from far and wide to witness their death-defying stunts high above the sawdust and the roar of the crowd. Max and Lily thrived. Not only were they earning a good income, but they were also traveling the country, meeting new people, and living their dreams. Through it all, Thomas was by their side, managing the logistics, making sure they were always ready for the next performance. Years flew by in a whirlwind of excitement and adventure. Max and Lily became renowned throughout the land for their bravery and skill. They had everything they had ever wanted: fame, fortune, and happiness. Yet, despite their success, they never forgot where they came from. They still remembered the days of hand-me-downs, and how their father's love had helped them overcome every obstacle. One evening, after a particularly exhilarating performance, Max and Lily sat backstage, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of a lantern. "Remember our first performance?" asked Lily with a smile. "How nervous we were?" "Of course," replied Max, his eyes twinkling. "And how you almost missed your cue and fell flat on your face?" Lily playfully swatted him. "Hey, I was only trying to make it look extra dramatic." A loud voice boomed, quiet in the back. "The show is over. Now get out of here, you worthless performers." The children turned to see the ringmaster striding towards them, his face as dark as the night sky. "You call yourselves entertainers," he continued, But you're nothing but a bunch of clowns. You're fired." Max and Lily were stunned. They couldn't believe their ears. Why were they being fired? They had given their all to the circus. Suddenly they understood. The ringmaster was jealous. He wished he had the courage to perform instead of cowering behind his desk. With trembling voices, they told the ringmaster about their plan to quit and travel the world, to see if they could find other circuses that would appreciate their talent. "Good riddance," he snapped. "Get out of my sight before I change my mind and throw you in jail for trying to swindle me." Max and Lily didn't need to be told twice. They gathered their belongings and left the circus grounds, their heads held high, though tears threatened to spill from their eyes. As they walked along a winding path, they heard the sound of singing. Following the melody, they came across a group of musicians dressed in colorful robes. The music was enchanting, and Max and Lily found themselves drawn to its magic. "Excuse me," said Lily to the musicians. "Could we please join you?" The musicians looked at Max and Lily, their faces creased with curiosity. "Are you singers or dancers?" asked one of the musicians. "We're aerialists," replied Max. "We perform on the trapeze." The musician's eyes widened in surprise. "Flying trapeze?" he exclaimed. "That is truly remarkable. We would be honored if you would join us." And so, Max and Lily found a new home with the wandering musicians. They traveled from town to town, sharing their unique brand of entertainment with the world. Their act was a huge success. People marveled at their skill and daring. But what made it truly special was the bond they shared as a family. Their success wasn't measured in coins or possessions, but in the laughter of children, the applause of adults, and most importantly, in the love they had for each other. As the sun set on another day, casting long shadows across the land, Max and Lily sat beside their father, their faces etched with the memories of a lifetime. "We may not have a lot of material wealth," said Lily, "but we have something far more valuable. Our love for each other," finished Max, his voice thick with emotion. Thomas nodded, his eyes shining with pride. "You are the wealthiest children in the world," he whispered, "because you have each other and me." And in that moment, surrounded by the fading light and the echoes of their laughter, they knew their father was right. They were the richest of them all.